Time travel is the subject matter of many dramas and movies. Time paradox means the contradiction that occurs when you travel time using a time machine. The study of time travel in physics naturally leads to a time paradox. A famous easy-to-know example is going back to the past and killing yourself. If you do something like this, there is no way that the past self will grow and become the future self. So what about yourself now? Does it exist or does it not? So does the past self die?
Earlier, you may have learned the basics about time paradox. Now it's time to ask why. Time travel, which time paradox points out, has a lot of inconsistencies in many aspects. For example, there are causal loop, grandfather paradox, and Newcomb's paradox. So, what are they? First, causal loop is that the past, present, and future exist simultaneously in time and space. Time travel needs an uncaused first factor for every event, but we can explain it. Grandfather paradox is a question that if a person kills his grandfather in time travel, is it possible to kill his grandfather because he's not born? Similarly, we can ask why no one is from the future if time travel is possible. Last, Newcomb's paradox. Let me give you an example of this paradox. Newcomb's paradox is a thinking experiment about clear contradiction for free will. In this thought experiment, we should set up a perfect predictor, Angel. Then the angel puts $1 million in the A box and an unspecified amount in the B box. According to the future the angel predicted, it's $1 million if you choose only A box and $1 billion if you choose only B box. And there's nothing in B box if you choose both A and B box. So, what choice will you make? And how about this choice? The angel has already put money in B box, as the angel predicted. What is in B box cannot be changed. If it was originally nothing, it is still empty. And if it originally contained $1 billion, it is still there. So, I will choose both A and B box. This is about free will in relation to time travel, pinching the contradiction of existence of time travel.
There were two different ideas about time. Isaac Newton said time is absolute. Einstein said no, time is relative. Before Einstein came up with a theory of relativity, time was absolute. In any case, time flows the same way in any environment, anywhere, everywhere. Einstein, by the way, said that time slows down in a gravitational field that's nearly as powerful as a black hole with his special theory of relativity as evidence. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 10 seconds on the Earth. On the other hand, for those who exist in spaceships or black holes, time runs in a second with a long rhythm like 1 second. In conclusion, Einstein's theory of relativity in time has been proven and people have come to accept it. Let's look at the theory. He's running at a high speed, but as my speed nears the speed of light, his speed we see slows, and when he moves at the speed of light, he seems to have stopped. Furthermore, when I am faster than the speed of light, I can hypothesize that time will reverse and he will go back. So the theory is that this relative flow of time allows time travel into the future. However, Stephen Hawking argued that because time flows only in one direction by entropy law, and although the value may increase, the opposite reduction does not occur, and therefore it is impossible to go against time. Then he added his argument about time paradox. If I went back to the past and killed my great-grandfather, I would not exist. So I would not be able to go back to the past, and my great-grandfather would not die. So I cannot kill my great-grandfather.
Part 4. The conclusion of time paradox. So we discussed about the time paradox and figured out that there were so many unfeasible paradoxes contrary to time. It indicates that the future and the past cannot coexist in the same time in any status. As you saw it is also related to person's dependence based on grandfather paradox, Newcomb paradox, and others. For example, Newcomb paradox led us to think about what perspective we would choose to see those situations. These factors are all related to the time. Like the alien declared that there are two boxes, one has $1,000, but another one is unknown, to tell us to choose only one choice among two that alien suggested. But we found that alien can catch all our thinking, so we can think that it was just decided choice whatever we choose. So, however, someone thinks in another perspective. It includes the opinion that alien already predicted our thinking, and other boxes' status will be as it was. This was the Newcomb paradox, which included the possibility of resistance in psychological aspects. Alien can predict perfect about people's thinking, so it can change the status of another box. It was kind of decided situation, which means it cannot be controlled below our decision. But think about it. When the alien first predicted the person's thinking, it would put or change the contents of the box. But when person changed its mind immediately and picked up the box, the consequence would change differently from the alien already suggested. It is the example of time paradox. The punitive justice relations cannot be exist as theoretically. Scientists suggested and found that when punitive justice is break out, the moment and all the elements that construct our community, world, and all the spaces we are now living would change and can trigger the major cause of all the theories that exist in our world. It's the problem directly to our living, our life. For these reasons, time cannot be returned or to be the past ever as theoretically. We need to consider our time as the limited time, and it cannot be back to our life again. And also, we have to know that there are no important things than time in our life.